This year, Reggae Month comes during an unprecedented global crisis. The Jamaican music industry is in the midst of adaptation, and Jamaica's creators are stretching the limits of their creativity to meet the content demands of a post-COVID world. Greetings, my name is Kiki, and I'm happy to join the multitude of entertainment entrepreneurs who have graced the JMC platform. I'll be your guide as we explore the awakening of the sleeping giant that is the Jamaica music industry. This seventh staging proved successful and saw over 1,000 creatives educated, enlightened, and networking. Now, in its 8th year, the Jamaica Music Conference has evolved into the premier networking and educational platform in our country's music industry. Increasingly, ownership of intellectual property by creators has become a key component of the modern music industry. The JMC is committed to bringing more understanding of this at times elusive concept of music publishing. Since the last staging of the JMC conference, the music industry has since faced unprecedented challenges due to the novel coronavirus, especially with the new restrictions in staging live events. This moment in history provides us with the unique opportunity to pause and take a look at some of the work that has been done over the years. Over the next 4 weeks, we will sit down with creatives and hear how they have been coping during these times. We will look at a rising artiste, international reggae bands, and an established reggae dancehall superstar. The JMC is also happy to announce that Irijam Media Group and the Caribbean Global Network family are now officially part of the JMC leadership team and will help the conference along in its efforts to grow and serve the Jamaican music industry in the upcoming years. Welcome! You are now officially part of the JMC Effect.
Hello, welcome to the JMC Effect. I am Scott Wilson, and with me is Abby Dallas. Welcome, Abby.
Thank you for having me.
This is a collaborative effort between JMC and CGN, and we just want to have a little bit of a reasoning.
All right, I could do it now.
We could do it, yeah. Abby, why music?
I mean, I would say, or you probably would find it cliche, but music chose me. I didn't choose music because I actually, after leaving high school, I got a scholarship from JCBC because I entered the junior segment. I won for best vocalist overall for junior. I got a scholarship. I studied at the Edamame and majored in voice.
Fabulous, fabulous. You won in 2012.
Yes.
How has that been?
I mean, it has been good, and so far I wouldn't change anything because the journey was, I mean, it had its ups and downs, but I'm not lie, like winning, I was the youngest and the thirdest to have won it as a woman. I think that's a great accomplishment, and I'm in the history book, so, you know, it's a good look.
Yeah, absolutely. When did you first decide that singing was something you wanted to get into?
I started singing like from about 4.
Yeah?
And I remember I sang for graduation. I get so weak in the knees. You know, so no, I think about it and I say, oh, that song will come in at graduation. But the teacher said that she did one, so I just sing it.
So you sang through school?
Yeah.
And then after that?
Yeah, after that, I was at Edamame College and I had a chance to tour the world with Mr. Diana King, Tanya Stevens, the Queen Africa, and I worked with Dean Fraser as a background vocalist as well.
So, all right, but before we get there, you sang in school. Did you sing in the church?
Yeah, I used to sing in the church too.
Yeah.
That's where it started, basically. Like.
That's what how you would say you prepared for your career in singing?
Yeah, because at the time, tell you the truth, like when I went to Edna, I knew no secular songs. I didn't know Kirk Franklin.
Yeah?
No, seriously, I had to learn, and you know, Ibo Cooper was my teacher. And I remember, like, when I went to PQ, like, I never know no secular song. I think in the summer I had to learn, and him say, yo, sing a secular song. And I did learn Tanya Stevens' song, It's a Pity, and him shock him. I say, oh, she know this, because I hear gospel and just alone, I didn't know. Right. But I just sing it, and it was from that, I never went back, and I started, you know, doing Bob Marley and all of them something. Wow. And that's where I decided, no, I want to learn every genre before me even leave Edna.
At what point would you have become the cabaret singer that
I was doing it while I was at Edna.
Oh,
While
yeah?
I was, like on the weekends, I would go down to Trelawney and I think I worked at Starfish. At the time that was.
Right.
And then after, I left Edna, I was at Couples.
Yeah.
So I used to do it for a while. Like when I wasn't on tour with artists, I used to do the cabaret.
That sounds like a life that you could live with. I mean, in terms of income, it sounds lucrative to me. Like you could just be comfortable doing that.
But that's the thing, like as an art, for me, I didn't really see myself like behind the scenes. I mean, I loved what I do and I love the artists that I worked with and I love the cabaret scene, but I always felt like I wanted more. Like, I have to tour the world, I'm for the world, like I need to go over there so and see the world and, perform for the people.
Yeah. Doing background for these artists, singing cabaret, being at Edna, did you practice like any time outside or all of that? Like in your shower, at home,
No,
at
I always
school?
was singing on my show from I was like a little child. Like I was singing, everybody that knew when they ma pass say, you did a beard? Come like the latest song come out, me have to
Right,
learn
just
in
sing
my
it.
bathroom. I'm not lying.
I'm a good shower singer, I must tell you.
I'm
It's
a
only when
mother-
I step outside the shower.
My mother used to tell me to stop my nice, but I still sing same way.
Yeah. As accomplished as you are, do you still practice? Is there things that you do to help your voice vocally?
Yeah, I mean, I still warm up because I find that if you do warm up, like your vocals, it's hard for you to sing. Like you feel like something that grab your throat. But not like, so you have to warm up so your vocals really warm so you can hit those high notes.
Coming up, you would have had to make connections in the industry. Who were the people that you connected with?
I mean, I've got the chance to work with Yellowman. I went to Malaysia a couple of years ago and I met a guy named Brown Eye Girl, and Kevin Campbell.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and he was cool. He was cool.
Nice.
And, worked with, some producers as well. I mean, Riff Raff, Lamar Brown, Andre, which is Dre Zion. And, just a lot of people that I can't remember everybody. So please forgive me, but big up everybody.
But it's important to have a network.
Yes, it is.
It's important to have a team as well.
Yeah.
How important is it to having a specific team for you in this industry?
It is very important because with the right team, you can go for, and with the wrong team, you're basically not going to go nowhere. And I think when I started the industry, I didn't really have the right team, and I believe that, I found the right team.
Right, so who are the essential personnel you would say is in Abby Dallas's team?
I mean, a manager, somebody that's the DJs, somebody that pushes the song and markets it.
So you have your own DJ? You said a team. So.
No, but I mean, a lot of people don't understand, even if it's not your own DJ, but if you bring a song to the DJ say him not play it, all the people are going to hear it.
True.
So I consider them a part of the
A
team,
part of your team,
that,
right.
has helped me over the years to push my thing because the artist and the DJ work along together. So if
Right.
them not like your thing, you're not going to go nowhere either way.
Right, true.
And,
true.
of course, you have to market yourself through social media. And just to
So
say,
your manager, your marketing team, the DJs,
yeah.
your stylist. You're well styled out.
I am a makeup artist and the person that does your hair and all that. And of course, there's a lot more. You have your publisher
Right.
and all these persons. I a lawyer if I reach a certain stage with that, because every artist need a lawyer and them something.
Yeah. What would have been your biggest challenge entering the industry, coming to where you are now?
I think apart from finding the right team, is trying to be heard and trying not to be put in a box. Like, I came in this industry as a vocalist singing reggae, but then sometimes for me, I just see myself as a musician. And if I decide I want to make something else, a different genre, that's what I'm going to do because I'm a musician. I don't want nobody to be putting me into a box to say, okay, this is what she can do, this is what alone she should do.
Right.
But I'm just
You're
an
not
artist.
just a singer, you're a DJ too, right? You can
Yeah,
DJ
I'm classic. All right.
I don't know, I'm asking you.
Sure, I'm ready for anything,
Yeah? Well, DJ Tooth line, no man over here.
I am that girl, them man want fi date. I am that girl, them and them friends don't fi eat. I am that girl, so no need fi debate. I am that girl, you see me and no common as girl, me no mix and mingle with no dirty. Yeah.
Come on. What strategies would you say Abby Dallas has employed to get you where you are now? Outside of having a team, obviously, and the perseverance that you've used.
I would say discipline.
Discipline?
And hard work.
Yeah.
And never stopping, no matter if the road get rough. Or no matter if somebody say you can't do that, that motivates me more. Because even when I was going to school, people used to tell me, say, listen, you can't sing, you know. It may sound funny to you, but a lot of people would say that, but that would drive me more to do what I do today.
You saw it as a challenge and just make it motivate you.
Yeah, because I want to pave the way for the next artist that comes up that feels like they're different. That, okay, this is what, so this is the thing. Everybody has sing reggae, no more. Them know so them can step out like how Sizzler and Capleton sing dancehall and them sing reggae. Why we can't do it too?
Sure.
We need to just step up, and that's the kind of artist I want to set that pace for the other artists, and them not feel alone like, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
As a woman, I know that it's difficult in life in general because there's sexism, there is all sorts of problems, and the music industry is one that has that sort of element to it as well. How did Abby overcome any of this? Any of those gatekeepers?
I mean, if anybody who knows me know that basically, like, I keep myself to myself. If it's work, then I go home. Like, you'll never see me at a studio sitting down and just being there and just looking like, man, I have nothing to do because it's all about work. If it's not work, I'm at home.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't say like in terms of, being like avoiding all of that. It's just respect and knowing who you are as an artist. That's how people respect you.
There have been horror stories from female acts having to go to this producer, that producer. And so people have said, well, they might be the gatekeepers. If you don't voice with this producer, maybe you don't get through. If you don't sign with this label, maybe, you'll never make it. Have you experienced anything like that?
I mean, people have said that to me, but at the end of the day, as I say, I build my own empire. So when you're building your own empire, like, you're gonna have a lot of ups and downs. They're gonna lick you down, you have to come back up. But at the end of the day, you can't watch that, because if you believe in yourself and I believe in my brand, like, nothing can stop me.
Yeah. Do you believe that there is a force, a set of gatekeepers in the industry?
I do.
Yeah.
Since I don't want to say it, but I do.
I mean, if you've never faced it, then you may not know it's there.
I've never faced it, but I do believe.
Yeah. How, outside of what you've been doing, would you advise maybe an upcoming artist, one who fresh into it? I know you've been in it for some time. You still have ambitions in the industry, but how would you advise someone to navigate, get around the gatekeepers?
Build your own thing. No sponge for nobody. Yeah.
Okay, that works. Again, this is the pandemic we're existing in. It's a matter of survival for a lot of people. How have you been managing?
Well, during the pandemic, I actually created a live show every Wednesday and Saturday, which is now going into like a show on YouTube now where I interview, my fellow co-workers. Right. I started one episode already with Siobhan. And I plan to continue.
Wow, good.
So, I've been doing that. I did a live show because I used to go on my live and just randomly just perform, and my fans will come on and talk to me. And I did that like a 1-hour show. It's on YouTube, Abby Dallas Live.
Lovely. And so you did that. Do you have any more planned? Any more of those?
Well, I'm working on some more to do. I just haven't figured out the date as yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What you think Abby Dallas needs to learn more about in this music industry as you proceed?
I mean, for me, like, I'm an artist that sometimes people see me and say, oh, I'm shy or whatever. I probably need to be more social.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, I do, because I don't really talk a lot. And as I say, if it's not work, you're not going to see me anywhere partying with anybody, because I'm that kind of person. I don't believe in, just being at a place. I just keep myself to myself most of the time. And just also learning, my craft better. Still working on my performance, because at the end of the day, you can never get enough, or you can never practice enough. Because when I used to go to Edna, like, every day we practice. Yeah. Every single day we practice. So the more you practice, the better you become.
Who or what inspires Abby Dallas, the artist?
I would say my friends, my family, my team, and just listening to an eclectic mix of music like the Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald, Chris Diana King, Tanya Stevenson, Queen Ifrica, and all the greats, Lady Star, Spice, you name it, because I mix up the music. I don't listen to one music alone, so I don't want it to look like, okay, just I listen to them type of, no, I listen to everything. And that's how I write my music too. Like sometimes I sing a reggae, sometimes I sing a dancer, because that's how I listen to music.
What about any R&B, gospel type songs you plan to do?
Well, I recently did a song, it's a nigger spiritual, called Black is the Color, that is coming out shortly, like in Black History Month.
Nice.
And it speaks about what's going on now today. And it's a very touchy song, because it wasn't like I did plan it.
Yeah,
I actually just I looked on social media and saw what was happening, and I just wrote it like right there in the bed, like, yeah, I'm all about it, because it really, touches me, and to see how, what we're going through as a people and as a nation, and all we need is just love.
Abby Dallas, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The JMC Effect.
What we need to do is continue what we are doing, which is the cool factor. And create that cool, because I tell you, everybody me know.
Want to be Jamaican.
They want to be Jamaican. They want that cool factor.
Wherever we are as a people, it's because we sit on our ancestors' shoulders. So when you say Mikey Bennett, you ask him a few questions. If you say Gussie Clark, you ask him too. If you see me and you want to ask me 2 things to me, I'm going to run you.
Is the Reggae and Caribbean content curator for Pandora.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and thank you very much, JMC, for having me. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here to connect with all of you, and also respect to everybody up in this panel. It's really great to be here with all of you as well.
To one of them. I remember Kabaka Pyramid, right? I'd never heard of him before, and a friend of mine shot me a freestyle he was doing, where he was flipping back and forth between rapping and chatting. I thought that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. And I was just is he?
Hold on, see him there.
That's it. So I'm looking at the audience, and I noticed a number of artists from Jamaica here represented. Big up to Jesse Royal in the crowd. Big up to Runkus. I saw Janine earlier. Kabaka here as well.
Yeah.
Saw Craig from Voicemail. Unga Barunga just walking a while ago.
No, man.
I just wanted the time there to say publicly that I challenge the government of Jamaica to get behind this conference.
Yes.
I challenge. I also challenge Jamaica private sector to get behind this conference.
And this Bible.
Also,
Thanks to Boom.
and I
And
also
KFC.
challenge the Ministry of Tourism to get behind this conference. Reason being that for the past 50, 60 years, the Jamaican music industry has been a major part of why people come to this island.
Yeah.
And I'll close it at that.
Uncle Ronnie spoke very much about stage shows, and I just want to give him some credit that Rebel Salute could be considered a baby of Sunsplash. Yeah?
All right.
So respect.
There's no shortness of talent. There's no shortness of talent in the pipeline. And the duty of the onus is on us to protect, find, and hone and nurture and direct said talent and provide opportunities. I'm very grateful for the Jmc for what they're doing this great old age.
Opportunity for any artist to discuss with panelists and also get the opportunity to network. It's educating and it's also interactive, which is a great combination.
We want to welcome you once again to the 2020 Jamaica Music Conference, and today specifically it is the Youth Summit.
That's one of the most important things and one of the biggest challenges for me, because before I became the Lila Ike that everybody's familiar with right now, I'm kind of in the streets, so a whole heap of people know me. So you have a thing named access now, where people think that, you know, if I want to book you for a show, we can just call your phone, try to go around management. And separate and apart from that, you have the whole creative aspect of it. It's really, really a delicate thing. When I just started creating music, every day I'm out at Jamnesia Beach with my guitar or with whoever, just a vibe, because I don't have a show, I don't have nothing going on at this moment. So I can focus all my energy in just creating. But then when you become something which is extremely good, because of that way I work towards, it's more taxing on that side of the thing, because now you have interviews to do, you have to be talking to a bunch of people every day. Like, I have to manage the amount of just traffic coming in through my phone, and that can have a negative effect on that. So it's balancing, and then you have the pressure of self.
I encourage all of the schoolers, finish school first, get a proper education for do what you want to do. Yeah, see? Because remember.
And so I began to learn a lot about the African side of myself, and began to learn myself. And in learning that, I began to get rid of a lot of the distractions and clear my head and clear my focus. So that means, me never really do no drugs, me never really do no drugs. Like, when I say drugs, I mean like alcohol to me is a drug.
Right.
Yeah, it can mash you up. I'm used to drink, but then I got to understand that this is the distraction. I can't function, I can't be at my best drinking, Gyal, got rid of all of that, you know what I'm saying? We just have one and I'm good. You understand? And the focus is right
Bravo!
there. Yeah, man. And to be honest with you, ever since I did that, I've probably experienced
that song,
my most success.
a
Yeah, man. Sweep them way. So focus, right? I have 2 children now. They need my focus. And I can't be focused and distracted and expect greatness. And that's the thing about work. But strategy usually means overthinking, which usually means your music never comes out, which usually means you fumble the ball, which usually means you're doing too much. That's how I used to do it, and I don't want anybody to do what I used to do. Don't overthink it, just put it out. Again, good music finds good people.
Right now, when me remember when me tell Dennis Brown said, I want your voice a special for me, Max. Me want him, sir. Yeah. You get me? I feel that me and the first man voice at Dennis Brown special. In a showed up at King Tubby's. Because when me said to Dennis Brown said, voice a special for me, he asked me, want him, sir. And me have to explain him, said Dennis Brown, King Tubby's. Which tune? The big sound, some of them turn furniture. Some of the big sound them we used to play at Jamaica turn furniture. Them now play no more.
I'm Andrew Krentz from New York. I'm an attorney. I represent a handful of whether they're producers, songwriters, music publishers, some recording artists, Young M.A. In the U.S., West Side Gun, Conway, Benny the Butcher signed to M, Shady and Interscope. An artist called Dodger who works with Mark Ronson on the publishing side, just did another deal with Joey at Interscope. We pretty much cover the waterfront. We'll do.
My name is Al Butter McLean. I'm the Senior Vice President at Cobalt Music. We've one of the best and only, well, not the only, one of the top administration companies throughout the world. I find and sign talent. I'm the one that gives publishing deals and brings them into the company. I've done Serrani, Movado, we have UB40, we have Coffee, we have a bunch of people that came out of Jamaica that has done very well. We have Bob Marley's catalog that we're maximizing very well. I have 50 Cent, Childish Gambino. I've done a lot of signings on that level, and I'm just happy to be here and help with this nice team.
Fantastic.
Most, I just want to thank everybody for having me here this evening. On behalf of Tidal, we truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. My name is Jason Capana. I'm the SVP of Artist Relations at Tidal. I'm here on behalf of a very large team that puts a lot of hard work and effort into the work that they do on a daily basis, and I couldn't be more honored to be here with you guys today.
Hello and welcome to the JMC Effect. I am Scott Wilson. This is a collaborative effort between Irie Jam, CGN, and of course JMC. With us today we have the great, the fabulous, the fantastic Black Hero. Wagwan, my boss.
Yeah, man.
Blessings, man. Yeah. Black Hero, tell me about the eye and how the eye got involved in music.
Well, the eye, you know. Well, just big up JMC and once again for just having me here, and just nice meeting with the famous Scott, you know what I mean? But how I got here, like I feel like this has just been a journey of just a youth from Waterford trying to find his purpose in life, and then, you know, music kind of just hit him in the head, changed his life. And I'm just here, like this is me, I'm free flowing, I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, like freedom fighter, youth ambassador, and yeah, I'm just there for the all things, entertainment-wise, music.
Singer,
DJ,
producer,
rapper, producer, everything. You see me?
When did you first know that you wanted to get involved with music? When was the first time?
I think that seed was planted in church, honestly. Like, you know, I used to hate going to church. So there was just this.
Church
Father, deacon, mother, evangelist. So
yeah,
so I go to church, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday kind of thing. So, but every time I used to go to church, everybody used to just reserve the front seat for me, but come on, I used to just watch the drums. Just watch the drums. I'm like, yo, man, nah, listen to that pastor over there. Drums, when them start preaching, drop asleep. When the drums start playing, I say, yeah. You see me? And that just developed into me playing at church, singing at church. Then somehow that saved on my hard drive that 10 years later, randomly that I end up like start singing, everything start make sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it wasn't a conscious decision. Like, I didn't want to be a neurosurgeon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know, parents come from get a youth, so I can't really afford that. So it was like, when end up at NCB, started to work there, never find the purpose, and then music just comes up. Bam!
You mentioned a church background, and it begged the question, you look like a Rasta.
I don't look like I am.
You are a Rasta?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So the question it would be, how mommy and daddy feel about that?
Well, the musician aspect of it kind of just like encapsulate, like it does enlighten everything, because it's like you see a child on TV 1 and 2 times, I kind of say, yo, I'm somebody now. You see me? So them, and plus I kind of introduce them to Rasta in a different way. Their perception, or most people's perception of Rasta is just a warrior, you know, just this kind of chauvinistic kind of guy who just have woolly pa wife and woolly pa thing, and just this woolly that thing, you see me? But well, my perspective of it is just enlightenment and this pathway and this lifestyle and this ease of living with nature. There's no fuss, there's no fight with anybody, you're just flowing. They like the breeze, they like the water. So that's the aspect I show them. I show them how to eat better, I show them what books to read, I show them what exercise can do for them, and these things are all within the realms of Rasta. So, yeah, now them just rate it, because if my mother have to drink coconut water and lime
The
every
next
morning.
thing you know, them like convert.
Yeah. She ask me about weed, let's see. Yeah, ask somebody else, how I go feel weed. I don't know. Maybe.
Would you have gotten into the Livity through the music, or would you say that the Livity was something that you discovered, whether the music or...
Yeah, it had to be through the music, man. Yeah. It was like the influence of Sizzla on me was like great when I was younger, like, you know what I mean? Like, his music was just like, no white eye, no blue eyed man, and the energy, it just, yo, it made me feel at home, you see me? So it was through that, and then just walking my own path of like kind of just stop cutting my hair. That was the first start, and then that unlocked a different frequency, like, and then cutting out certain meat out of my life, and then just cutting out certain people, because certain people don't, because it just naturally, like, just get rid of nothing in your life. Like, once you start walking on a path that you're only their own people with like minds, and you know what I mean? Sure. So I feel like the music was the introduction to it, for sure, because big ups to Jamaica music, like, you can't lie, the prophecies and the message, them definitely in the music, isn't it? So just listen.
How did you first know that you wanted a career in music?
2016, there was this show at the University of the West Indies called Reggae Riot. Barry Salmon was on that show, Sizzla was on that show, Chronix was on that show, Assassin was on that show, Beanie Man was on that show, Anthony B was on that show, every young artist was on that show, and I was the newest act on the show, and I didn't smoke any weed that day, and I told myself, yo, tonight is either now, I'm gonna know if I'm gonna do this or not. And that night, I know, for sure, like, I took the night. So much artists, I call it high caliber, like high class, like legends, and yo, standing ovation twice, like, and that just showed my brain, like, wow, I just music did this. I never weed, I never, I just music. Bring up Protege upon the show, they're like, yo, my first time ever performing, like, I'm like, it just showed me the energy, and that place, that's a sold out show. So from that moment, I just looked at myself and looked at the team and say, yo, this is real. This is not a joke.
Sounds to me like you don't necessarily need to I don't know, practice your craft necessarily, or do you?
Yeah, there is gonna be that 10,000 hours that nobody sees. You know what I mean? Like that, them moments that we had, right? You know, the much song in the naga ear ever. Cause them just not right good. Them just not. But every time you put that pen, every time you get in the booth, every time you go on the stage, if you really want like get better, you gotta notice, you gotta watch it, you gotta say, oh, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna change this. And over time, all them nitpicking, they just become this you. That's just you now, like, you know what I mean? You know what to do and what not to do. So I just, experience.
So do you take time away from everything and get into a zone and write? How does that process work?
Man, I still say man long before COVID, man, I isolate, man, I tell you. Like, when I really go anywhere, like when I was a youth and I go to high school, I party. I do all that what I need to do. Like, at this age, I have like a passion and a dream and a goal, so. And I'm just glad for have people who have the same thing. I want to party and go out, and so we get the time for really work on the craft. You get me? So it's like, as I said, when the time comes, it almost seems effortless. Like, because we put in the work when necessary, we zone in, we take that time, you know? There's a time for work and there's a time for play. So we'll make sure that work time is just maxed, isn't it?
Yeah. Going through the motions, arriving where Black Hero is right now, what connections would you have made along the way to help propel you?
There's this thing in Jamaica called links, you know?
Yeah.
So popularity just get access to cleaner water, you know what I mean? But that's be real. So it's like, you get to meet your favorite artists, you get to do a song with some of the favorite people, you get to write, you be in sessions, you get invited places. So the connections of music bring me closer to other things where it might just be a little harder for access to everybody, but it's not that far out. Like, you know, if you want to skip a line at the tax office and they say, or whatever, you get me? But the connections I'm making music are just bonds, relationships, things I'm literally there for work on, like all of my bridging them even more forward with like text and talk and yo, you're good, everything. It's like, so that music, the connections really just come from the relationships that you have to build within this thing. Like, if this thing is all about relationships. So it links, them call it, me call it relationship. Like
but some people may not necessarily even have as much talent as they have links. And so, but them still go far.
Far.
You know what I mean?
I just think, like, yo, I don't know an artist like that, really. Every time you hear a man's story for real, like, it's a mixture of luck, links, hard work, like, and smart work. It's never just, like, even when people think it's just a one-hit wonder, like, this man has been doing music from 2010.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just never hear about him. Like, Fetty Wap has been doing such, you know much these, yo. Man, I do music a long time, and then just, everything just accumulate the right time. It just works.
Popcorn might not agree with you with respect to NJ though. Leave that alone.
You know, say nothing there. I think we all have the same brain pan that, so we have to put that more upon it, you know?
How important is it for Black Hero to have a team around him?
Like, Black Hero is a team, like, Black Hero spell team. Like, it's that thing where I've studied, like, a lot of musicians, and I don't think a lot of people know that the Weeknd is like, it's not one person.
Right.
It's 3 people, like legally. 3 people is the Weeknd.
Yeah.
But you only say Abel as the face.
Right.
So I guess consider me as the face of Black Hero, but there's like this whole Justice League of people. They I say, you know, we keep the thing grounded and sail the ship, and, you know what I mean, and just make the thing work. Like, you know, one man is not an island, bro. These things is just real.
Who would be the most essential personnel in the Black Hero team?
Wow, that's impossible for us to say, because because everybody's purpose is so important. It's just a matter about the timing and when they come into play. It's a chessboard. You have the knight and the bishop, but I know everything. You know, you move them accordingly and they move accordingly. So for me, it's like the people I'm there the closest though. I like my engineers and my producers, which are Shatta Biggs and Dennis the Greatest. Isn't me like them two youth there are youth where, you know, from homeless, I sleep on them floor. You know what I mean? Them never show a bad energy.
Yeah.
So me have to big up Shatta Biggs and Dennis, isn't it? I have to big up Enigma. Isn't it? I call him that for now, isn't it? them 3 youth, they make me believe in myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to believe in them, isn't it?
What strategies have been effective for you when interacting with industry gatekeepers?
I mean, John Marston and them boys, okay. Should I me alone at the talking? Okay. Let's see.
Well, let me tell you, a lot of people, and I've been speaking to artists about the fact that there are forces within the industry that sometimes, if you don't go their way, you can't get past a certain point. For example, females in the industry, sometimes they have to go through very traumatic episodes in order to
get to a level,
to another level, right?
To me, women in the industry is like the most it's the most bizarre thing I ever say. Like, them is a country where proclaims that them love woman. A woman not a boss. Like, I get that.
Right, yeah.
There's a disconnect for me. So it's like, and you know, I wonder if we are make songs for man or for woman again.
Right.
What we are doing that? Like, what were we doing?
Right.
So for answer that, it's a two-edged thing. I don't know if people want to talk about both sides, but me want to talk about both sides. There's 2 sides. One, there are times where, because of how the narrative has been like spread in the industry, a female artist will hear she has to do certain things, and then she gives into that, which then now just makes it real. So there's that side too of women giving into the narrative that makes it just be what it is. Like, if a producer want to do a song, they have to sleep with him, and they just make that a thing. And there's the other side where, as you can see, with like a camp like Proto, if you just give the girl them some opportunity and some resources and some time, they will take it to a next level. Because I don't know if people know, say, Bob wasn't first, it was Millie Smart. It's the female vocal always break through first. So my boy Lollipop bust the place, then Jamaica bust. Isn't it? I just saw a thing go, isn't it? So same thing with pop, female vocal. So unless we include more of the female voices in the business, we're not gonna see that rise that we really need for say, because hip hop, R&B, jazz, soul, everybody, all of them incorporate female vocals. I'm telling you.
So you're saying there are gatekeepers to this industry, then, you would say?
Not just for the women in general. And gatekeepers, for me, different. Like, gatekeepers don't mean somebody will lock you out. Gatekeepers just mean somebody who can let you out.
Okay.
they see you and them could have make this way more easier for you. Like I'm an example of that. Everybody know that. My fans them know that. Everybody know that. Like if a couple people post me up with a boss, quicker. You see me, that's the truth. But it's also you have to be real. Nobody's obligated to help you, bro.
Right.
You're putting your work in. And whatever happens will happen. But gatekeepers ain't real. It's not like a man can lock down your career. And your mind I tell you that. But there are people that have a key that can open the door a lot faster for you. That's all I say. And we've seen it all the time. We've seen artists who have to take 10 years to bust, and we see artists who just get the key and gone.
So if you were gonna advise somebody just coming into the business to help them navigate the, I don't know, for lack of a better word, gatekeepers, how would you advise them? What would you tell them? What would be?
First thing, definitely attend JMC. You know what I mean? Attend the conference, network, meet some people, talk to some people. Like, don't be afraid, you know? So the first step to make it in this business a little easier is you have to swallow your pride. You're gonna have to ask questions. You're going here, no. You're going here, no. A lot, you see me? But that's just yes in another way. Anyways. And as I said, build these relationships. Don't be fake. Don't just call people when you want something from them. Be of assistance to people, to like help people, bring something to the table, you know what I mean? And one mistake I made early out, I'm gonna want everybody, just keep your mouth shut, bro. Don't say anything. Just don't nothing when anybody telling this business, don't say it back to anybody. Just lock off your ears. Just don't fasten on people's business, just shut up, do your business, you know what I mean? So got JMC, swallow your pride, be able to take no, lock him out.
Network.
Network.
Okay. Respect for the reasoning, you know.
Yeah, man.
See?
Anytime.
Ladies and gentlemen, Black Hero.
Can't say me no boss in me. I thought the Scott Wilson man tap me and make her know. All right.
The JMC effect.
In 2021 and beyond, the Jamaica Music Conference will be launching their JMC Effect app and subscription service. The app seeks to provide the connection and access to vital industry information. Such connections are indeed critical for Jamaica's creators to remain competitive on the international market. Be sure to visit www.thejmceffect.com and follow @the JMC Effect across all social media platforms to keep in touch with all of the conference initiatives moving forward. Stay tuned for the Artists Showcase series, and yes, thank you for joining us here for this presentation. We urge you to become part of the JMC movement as we continue to connect the music creators with the leaders of the music industry.
Say a rude boy loving ragamuffin, me ting real bad man setting me now.